Are you all a bunch of lesbians, Dane? Special postseason BB Can 7 show with your winner, Dane. We have so much to talk about on this show, everybody, but just let me let you know quickly first, if you guys missed any of our past shows with any of the past house guests, you can check them all out over at yourrealityrecaps.com/bbcan. If you're watching this back later and you wanted to watch it live, you should have been a fan on YouNow. yourrealityrecaps.com/YouNow. It's totally free to become a fan. You get to hang out in the chat room, watch these shows live, participate, so check that out. If you want to help support our shows, consider becoming a patron. Patrons get access to the patron-only Facebook group, prize giveaways, weekly shows just for patrons, and of course, the after shows with the house guests like the one we're doing for Dane now. Well, not now, later. Or you can always do one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal. Any Amazon shopping to do, check out yourrealityrecaps.com/Amazon. And I'm happy to say we've confirmed with Dane, number one fan can have a Skype call or an autograph. The choice is yours. But without further ado, we need to get the man that you will want to hear from. It's your big brother, Canada 7 winner, Dane!
What up, everyone? How's it going?
Dane, how are you doing?
Doing all right. It's been a long week since out of the house, but I miss it, but I love being home.
Dane, how you won? What is there? Well, I guess that is what is to miss, winning.
Yeah. It's a good feeling, obviously.
It is a good feeling to be a winner, and we are going to get into so many questions from your fans, Dane. That is what this show is all about. Let me just let everybody know really quickly. Go ahead, guys, share the show. Let everybody know that we're live. Square, megaphone, up arrow. Become a fan now that you guys are here so that you are alerted when we go live. We have Anthony on tomorrow. Maybe we'll get a good question. We'll get a good question from Dane for Anthony, and then we have Kira on Saturday. I don't like to book too far out, because sometimes people cancel. So we have Anthony tomorrow and Kira on Saturday. Of course, if you guys have any questions, you can leave them in the chat room. We have Lindsay producing, grabbing your questions, or tweet me them with hashtag YRRLive. But Dane, I have to get into the first question that everybody wants to know. We've been discussing it all season. I don't know how you couldn't have been asked yet, but I told everyone that we were going to ask you here, Dane.
Okay.
Has anybody told you yet that your pretty boy's symbol, Dane, is also the sign language symbol for lesbian? Are you all a bunch of lesbians, Dane?
No, we were not sure at the time, but of course, yeah, right when I got out of the house, everyone let me know. We're still rolling with it. It's not a big deal. It's funny, but yeah, at the time, no one knew.
Well, I mean, it confused me, Dane, because lesbians scare me, and I was not scared by any of you, so it was very confusing.
Well, there you go. Yeah, we're too pretty to be scary, you know?
Too pretty to be scary, Dane. All right, let me start jumping in to your guys' questions. Questions from you guys. I'm going to take this one from Melissa, who wants to know, were you surprised at Anthony's speech not pinpointing any of the moves that he necessarily made in the game?
Yeah, I was really surprised by his speech. You know, he's a wordsman. He's really good with his words. He knows how to convince people. I was pretty, nervous bringing him the final two because of that. But, don't get me wrong, it's still a great speech. But, yeah, I think he just didn't realize he needs to hit on those points rather than make metaphors and similes and whatnot.
He was very, very metaphorish all season long, we have to say. Now, we know that you are a huge fan of Big Brother. You get this question a ton.
Yep.
I'm going to take it from Kel MA2 over on Twitter, who says, Dane, you were truly a great all-around BB Can player. Who are your top 3 favorite Big Brother Canada players or Big Brother US players?
Oh, there's so many to choose from. I'll have to put John Party up there.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in the top 3 rankings. I love him. What he did to Netta there. It's part of the game. It's a really good move. But him, just because he's like one of the OGs, Will Kirby, Dr. Will.
Dr. Will.
And then, honestly, there's so many I can't really choose. I think just because I think he'd be such a great alliance member, it'd probably be Bruno. He's a solid dude too. Yeah,
Bruno.
But, or Erica. There's so many. There
are so many. Now,
yeah, I think, Dan. Like, come on, Dan Giesling, come on. There's so many, but I'll definitely put Will and John up there, and then everyone else too.
Now, Jane, I noticed that you have not mentioned Karen.
I heard.
And I am here, Dane, to Karen as a huge, friend of this show.
Yeah.
Can you tell Karen that you are sorry?
Karen, from the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry. I did not mean those words. I really want to meet you.
Karen, you forgive him right now. She'll be here. Trust me. She will be in this chat. I'm waiting for it to happen. And
that broke my heart when I heard. So, yeah, I am very sorry, Karen. I hope I owe you a couple glasses of wine for that one.
Good. Maybe buy a house with your money through Karen.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
okay.
She's got to come down to Kelowna, though, because I'm not moving.
Oh, okay. I'm sure she can.
Yeah.
Christine B is asking a question. I think it has to do with sports. She says, what did you think to find out that our Leafs choked again in Game 7?
Yeah, that was, when I heard that, my heart broke again. We can't beat Boston. It doesn't seem like, I thought for sure I would be able to watch a Game 1 or Game 2 in Toronto of round 2.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was top news. But, hearing Tiger on the Masters.
Oh, yes, he did.
So that softened the blow a bit.
Right. How long, a lot of people were asking this, how long did it take you to complete the first round of the HOH? Was it really like a super long time consuming, part 1?
Yeah, that was, test my patience, but also it was a long challenge. Not too sure how long it was, because in the moment, it feels like pretty, it didn't feel that long, but reflecting back on it, everyone's asking me what was the hardest challenge. Probably that one, Big Brother, you did yourself, so, unbelievable job. All the comps are great, but that one, well, when my stack fell a couple times, I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah, I feel like it was very, I feel like it had to have been a little bit, not easier like that, but easier in the sense that, like, you and Kira are smaller versus Anthony. Like, you would think that he would make more waves. My all-time, now you are a huge Big Brother fan, I think, all-time favorite competition I've probably ever seen on BB Canada was the Veto Hunter one.
Yeah.
I loved Veto Hunter, and you seem to have no problem with Veto Hunter at all. How much fun was it being in that comp?
That one was one of my favorites too. We were always wondering if it looked great on TV or not, but playing in it, so fun. There was another great hard challenge. I couldn't believe it. Like, every challenge is just so unique in different ways, and this one was super fun. Got to be good with your days, but you also got to be, pretty in shape to do it and be stealth and fit through the little dog holes. It was really fun. It was really fun.
Now, obviously, a lot of people are asking, have you watched any of the show yet? I can't see how you could have, but have you?
No, I haven't watched too much. I have watched the first and second episode.
Okay.
The first episode, it's unbelievably put together. But yeah, it's going to be kind of I don't know, tough to watch me, first of all, but also to, we know what happened in the house, so we know how we felt, but of course, there's the diary room visits, and it's going to be nerve-wracking to see that, but I just got to remember that what I felt in the house was real, and there's no hard feelings towards anyone.
Yeah, I mean, it's real, and even the manipulation and the lying
Yeah,
doesn't necessarily have to be bad if you all understand you were playing a game. It's not carrying over into the real world. It's a game. That's the rules.
that's what I felt with my cast. I felt pretty scared and nervous to see them after the finale, but I mean, we all had a great weekend together, had a lot of fun, and no one hold anything against me, so that's what I loved about our season. Everyone was just so lovable, and they know what's up.
Everyone.
To me, yeah, I love everyone.
Yeah, you won, Dane, so you should love everybody. This is all be great for you. I'll get the dirt later. No. Melanie wants to know, what is the first thing that you did when you got home?
Honestly, I just slept. I was super exhausted, long day of traveling, but I did go out with a few buddies and had a few celebratory drinks, and it was nice to see everyone. We just had a big party last night out in a local restaurant, and they did such a fantastic job, and I had all my friends and family, and even fans just came up to me. It was like, whoa, such a great moment.
It must be very surreal. Did you do the alumni week? Did they do the alumni weekend?
Yep.
And
Yep.
did you do that?
Yeah, I was, everyone came up to me and was like, nice meeting you, blah, blah. I'm like, I was like, can't believe I'm meeting you guys.
We're going to talk more about that in the after show.
Yeah.
Kelly McCarthy wants to know, did you ever attempt to tell Esty that she was going to be evicted instead of Mark? And if not, why?
So I didn't flat out tell her because I didn't want to tell her and then give her reasoning to go and tell everyone about me, Anthony, Mark, and Adam. But the eviction day on Thursday there, I did kind of let her know. I'm like, I have a feeling it might be a tie vote and Adam's gonna vote you out. And then she was confused by that. But I didn't tell her. And then tried to get Damien to switch his vote, and then I voted Mark out. So I said it in a weird, sick way. I was like, yes, I never voted you out. But yeah, I felt bad. I should have told her, but I mean, I just didn't want to expose myself with the pretty boys.
Now, what is the current status of you and Esty? Kind of last we saw you two, you were very canoodly. You were very canoodly the last time that we saw you two. Now that the season is over and we're in the real world,
Yep.
are we going to pursue more of things with Esty, or are you guys just going to keep it friends?
Even in the house, we were a little bit just a friend mance, and we'll continue that throughout after the house. We knew leaving the house that we'll be lifelong friends. She's gonna come down and visit me in the end of the month here, so we're not gonna pursue anything. There's nothing to pursue. We're just great friends, and like I said, I can't wait to see her. I do miss her, do love her, and yeah, she's one of my great friends though.
Perfect. Janny Tally over on Twitter wants to know, Dane, what aspects of your personality were the same as your real personality? I guess she's saying in the game, and were any not? So, I guess, do you feel that you acted differently in the house than you would in your real life, is I think what she's saying.
What you see is what you get, and that's what I told the house guests as well. Like, it wasn't part of my game strategy at all to build those relationships. Those were genuine. Mm-hmm. And yeah, nothing was game there. I knew that I needed to go establish those relationships early on, but no. And then kind of forget that you're on camera, on TV, and did some pretty funny, stupid things. But that's just who I am, and I'm a goofy guy. And I was not acting. And those relationships I built, genuine. And like I said, I miss them a lot. But yeah, that's what you get. You see what you get from Dane Rupert.
Yeah. Great Dane Mom over in chat wants to know, as a Big Brother fan, Dane, have you heard that Anthony kind of gave up that part 2 of the HOH? Was that disappointing for you to hear?
Yeah, I just got told that actually today. After the video or Veto Hunter, I had a feeling that I was almost gonna say he should win part one of the HOH so I could do better in part two against Kira, and then Pretty Boys would be in part three together. But I didn't want to risk that. I didn't want to give my shot up being in the part three. But yeah, kind of disappointed in my big man. But it didn't surprise me. But I wish you could have done. You're fighting for the title of the winner, and you're fighting for 100 grand, and you just give up. Kind of not my style, but it's all right. It all worked out.
Well, I will again remind you, Great Dane Mom, Anthony will be here tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern, and you can ask him, and we'll try and have him not kill me. Is he gonna like mist me? I feel like Anthony is going to mist me tomorrow. Is there anything like that I can do to like hypnotize him into not misting?
No, Anthony's a great guy. I mean, he's my boy, and he'll probably hypnotize you with his words. It's when he speaks, you're listening because what he says is so true, and it's just so like I said, so metaphorical. But it's fun. It's fun to have a chat with him.
Fun fact, Dane, most of the time, I'm not listening. I'm pulling quick. No, I'm totally kidding. RG Green 89 wants to know, who would you have aligned with if Adam did not approach you in the first few minutes? Would it have really just been the next person who approached you, or would you have started seeking out people?
Yeah, no, I mean, that was my plan going in. I'm grateful for what Adam did, but I'm sure it would have happened regardless. But if we didn't start the Pretty Boy Alliance, probably would have worked very closely with obviously Esty and Damien, and then also Kiki. But I'm just grateful for those boys. I'm grateful for the Pretty Boys, what we did. Like I said, I don't think it would have happened regardless, but but we did something pretty dominant, and I'm so grateful for that.
You guys really did, and I really have to hand it to you that you guys did really dominate the season. I don't think anybody can deny that you guys dominated the season, and that is a testament to all of your games. I mean, personally, I'm mad at you, Dane. I mean, if we're going to have to hash this out, you did get rid of my eye candy Adam, and I'm still not that happy with it. But I will say, I always said you or Adam. Like, I could not pick between the two of you that I wanted to win the game. So once Adam went, I was like, I swear to God, if Dane doesn't win, I'll bash my head in the wall right now.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I don't think anyone needs to tell you that you were clearly the fan favorite of the season. Like, a lot of people wanted you and Adam in the final two, but we're gonna work through that.
No, I know. Yeah.
We're gonna work through that.
Trust me, I wanted it too, but I don't know if I would have been my favorite to win. So.
Maximus Mom wants to know, what did you really think when Anthony and Mark voiced that, actually, I'm going to wait. I'm going to hold Maximus Mom's question for 1 second. Let me go to Sparkly Eyes first, which is more important. Sparkly wants to know, are you still doing a PB tour?
Yeah, I think we're going to try to get it on the go. I mean, it's nice to be home and relax. We're going to do that, but I'm going to definitely go visit my boys, and then I'm going to try to get the guys out, and we'll do little stops in the cities if we can. But yeah, for sure going to go visit Anthony and go to Newfoundland and go out to Alberta and see Mark. So yeah, you'll see the boys on the road at some time.
Okay, now for Maximus Mom question, and feel free to block her on Twitter for her nasty questions. She wants to know, what did you really think when Anthony and Mark voiced that they should have a parade and t-shirts made for the Pretty Boys?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty ridiculous. I mean, maybe make t-shirts, but all proceeds go to like Mental Health Canada or something. I'm not here to make money off it, and when they're saying that, like, you guys, I'm here because I'm living on a dream, and you guys are here doing something else. But no, they're they maybe were serious about it, but I don't think they were, and nothing is gonna happen like that.
No, we heard you defend it, and you and I believe Adam, and I think Anthony too was very much like, no, we would do it. Now, let's talk about that. I was gonna kind of save it for later, but I do want to talk for a minute about obviously your dad, and I mean, thank you for sharing that story. I think that is such a powerful thing to, open yourself up to that, vulnerability and share that with the country and people here in the States. We do so much here for mental health as well. I loved hearing you being a supporter of that. And we just thank you for sharing that story so that people know that these situations affect everyone, even like a winner of Big Brother Canada.
That's thanks for those kind words. Tough, but it's a great platform to help raise awareness for that. It's a serious disease, and I'm gonna try as much as I can to do help raise awareness for mental health. But yeah, definitely didn't think I'd be so emotional in that house. But I've been told that I made some people cry.
You made me cry, Dave. When you won that first HOH, I was done. When you were like holding and we were all done. We were done. No, go ahead. You fix your lights. You fix it. How's that?
Is that better?
Yeah, much better. So much here.
The sun was coming into the office light there. Whoa.
Into the office, Dane, already with an office?
I know. Gotta plan for the future now.
Any business that you can tell us about, Dane?
No,
please don't say a YouTube channel.
Yeah. No, I'm not like that. I would probably go back to my job. I'm a hardworking guy and I like doing that. So I'll do another reality TV show if I'm able to. But yeah, just go back to the old gig.
Well, speaking of that, let me ask you this right away. I know a lot of your, I always say a lot of your younger fans just because I know it's younger fans that ask it, but there are adults that ask it too, and then they get mad at me for being like, why'd you say we were young? So I'm just going to ask you, would you ever want to do Amazing Race?
Absolutely. That's one of my favorite shows as well.
And who would you want to do it with? If you could pick anybody to do it with, it doesn't need to just be somebody on, your season. So if you could pick anybody, who would it be to do it with?
I've been hearing lots of screams for me and Adam to do it. I would do it even with, on the alumni weekend, me and Kayla got to talking. I thought we could probably do that. Me and Corey as well, we kind of brought that up in the house at one point. She would be great. But yeah, I've been hearing a lot of screams from me and Adam. I would definitely do that with my boy. That'd be so fun. I don't know if we're really good with maps or not, but competitions won't be a problem.
Just get a cell phone. And I don't know if you can do that on the Canadian version. Just get a cell phone and call someone.
Exactly.
We all have Google.
Google Maps it.
Just call a friend. You're allowed to do that on the, Unite. Or if you ever do it, this is my biggest tip to people that do Amazing Race. Just bring flashcards with photos on it, like an airplane, a car, because in every country they understand a photo. So if you need to go to the airport, you're like, airplane, where do I go?
It's car, smart. You should go on it, Eric.
They asked, and I said, nope. I'm smart, Dane. I like my family. No, that's not why I didn't. I wouldn't be able to do any of the challenges. Let me go over to maybe 420, who wants to know, how many times, if any, were you tempted to flip on the boys this season? So was there ever a moment that crossed your mind to go against the Pretty Boys?
Never. I know what we were doing. We had a good thing going. I've been hearing whispers that Mark was trying to break us up and whatnot.
Not whispers, that happened. Well,
yeah, no, I don't care. It's a game. I knew that, and good for him if he was actually thinking that. We are dangerous players in the game, and I'm just grateful for their loyalty, even though if they were saying that we did something dominant, and it's a unique feeling. I didn't feel threatened for 55 days.
Right.
Didn't feel like I was endangered ever, and so it's a different way of playing the game when you don't feel like that. And I couldn't have done this without the boys, so I'm grateful for them. Obviously, if someone were to take, we did flip it, I'm happy because I would probably hang out with Esty and Kiki and Damien and really make the British Columbia Alliance an alliance.
I mean, I will say for you, granted, this is just my opinion, but yes, Mark was saying he was going to break you guys up. But then he had the chance to and didn't do it. So I just kind of think Mark was very focused on storylines.
Yep.
So I think he was more so trying to make television than actually going to do it. That's just, we'll see if Mark comes on the show. We'll ask him more about that. But speaking of Damien, Rain Boom Monster wants to know, why didn't you entertain the idea of keeping Damien a bit closer to the PBs?
I tried. I really did. At the end of the day, Mark and Anthony didn't get along with Damien. Me and Adam did. Honestly, I was trying to get Damien to come top 5 with us, but it didn't happen. But yeah, I really love Damien. I felt bad for cutting him because he thought I had his back 100%. I wish things could be different, but we're gonna remain great friends. He lives in Notley here, so it's only like 10 to 12 hours away, and we'll be hanging out lots. But yeah, I always thought about trying to bring Damien along as far as I could, and I tried my best. And what can you do? You can't go against the boys.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel like we saw that. I feel like we saw you trying to, get Damien in there. I want to take this question. I believe this was from Erin, and she is saying, before, when you were on the block, I guess that was 2 weeks before the final. Yeah. Anthony, you knew that you needed to campaign to Anthony. Yeah. Now, whether it was true or not, Anthony and Mark were going to send you out. They were definitely doing it. But some part of you knew that you needed to campaign to Anthony. So why didn't that ever factor in? Or I don't want to put words in your mouth. Did that ever factor in to you not taking Adam, who really had your back in those times? Was it just that Anthony was really good in convincing you, or was there another reason, I guess?
No, I made a pact with Anthony day 2 to go to the final 2 with him. We had a conversation before I showed him my game board and my ottoman the night before, and he was kind of sour towards me about going against him on the Corey vote.
Right.
And that kind of opened my eyes. I was like, oh my god, like I actually got a campaign with Anthony here. But after I got his vote, I had to do what I had to do to Adam because, again, I had thought at that moment I had the win. But if it was with Adam, it would be 4-3 either way. So I didn't go there to come, second or third. I came there to go first.
Right.
And cutting Anna was just that was the perfect timing. When he didn't win the veto hunter, I was like, okay, we got to do this. And I thought I could easily beat Anthony and Kira in any competition. So.
And you definitely beat Anthony. You destroyed Anthony in that final vote. Melanie wants to know, why do you think Anthony did not get any votes?
There's, this game's kind of funny because, you send someone home into jury and that's, a vote to win the game. And I made sure that, when I did vote the jury member out, we left on good terms. There's no sourness between us. Anthony, when he voted people out, with Sam, he didn't care. And maybe because he's not, that knowledgeable in this game. Mm-hmm. But, I haven't seen it all, but apparently he's a very good manipulator. And, when I did it, it's like, yeah, I lied to you, but I also made those genuine relationships with everyone. So they all, I felt good with everyone, and I think Anthony didn't, make those genuine relationships with everyone. So,
yeah, I think a lot of people saw through. And I mean, look, I was not a fan of a lot of the way that Anthony gamed through the game. But again, I don't hate him for it. It is the game. The game is lie and manipulated. It'd be like playing Monopoly and being like, here's all my money. I'm just going to move around the board and figure out what... It's like, you gotta lie. You gotta manipulate people. Anthony's just really good at it.
Really good at it,
He's just real good at it. Kayla G wants to know, speaking of Anthony, what do you think was the catalyst that allowed you to stay on Anthony's good side? Because throughout the game, he was targeting people. Do you think it was just the fact that you guys were all pretty boys? He didn't really want to target you until you guys got to, that 4 or 5 part of the game? Or do you think it was something else? Kayla G wants to know.
No, I think honestly all the 4 guys in our alliance is we were loyal. We really wanted to go top 4 together and then duke it out. I think Anthony, we kind of had that day 2. No one caught it because the live wasn't on, so no one knew. But me and him are really close, and yeah, I don't know. How can you not love this smile?
How can you? How can you?
Yeah. So me and him share a special bond, and yeah, I never really doubted his trust. Yeah, he could have wanted me gone, coming near the end there, but I never doubted him for 1 second. So,
Erin BB Can Team Corey says, congratulations for winning by unanimous vote. Was there anybody's vote that surprised you? Was there any vote that you thought, I'm definitely not getting this vote?
Yeah. It was Corey's. Right when I saw I got Corey's vote, I knew I won. Because obviously Corey and Anthony were very close in the house. However, me and Corey were close as well, and I told her, you gotta be a fan of the game, and and vote for the better overall player. Like, Anthony had a great social game, yes, but I was comparable in social game. But my mental and physical and comp wins. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. But when I saw her vote, jaw hit the ground, and I knew I was gonna win.
You of course got this question from a lot of people. Christine wants to know. I see Courtney kind of asking the same thing. Were you shocked that Canada voted to give Damien 2 advantages and that he kind of saw the pretty boys form?
Yeah, I mean, Damien's a solid dude, so Canada, good on voting for him. Shocking. And no one in the house guessed that he would win the vote. But yeah, he thank God he's kind of a newbie to the he's only watched 1 season, so when he saw me and Adam and he didn't do anything about it, I was kind of dodged a bullet on that one.
I mean, and to be fair to Damien though, what could he have really done? Like, what he was put right on the block week 1, right? It would seem odd for him to then be like, there's an alliance, like, he's on the block.
Yeah, he would have gone home for sure, but no, throughout the season, it kind of makes sense now. He's really trying to work with me and Adam, like, let's go top 3. And we're like, what the heck? Like, what's going on here? But now we kind of understand a little bit more. But like I said, we tried to bring Damien as far as we could. We consider him a pretty boy as well. There's only 4 of us, but I love him, and he's way better looking than I am. So,
Michelle, I think you're all equally pretty.
Oh, thank you.
After Adam, who is the prettiest. Michelle L wants to know, how many comps did you throw this season?
Let's see. My first comp I threw was Drunken Speeches. Threw that one. Threw Minor Delay. What else did I throw? I threw another one in there. I couldn't win all the time. Being a competitive guy, it was so hard to just swallow your pride and not do good. Right. But it's part of the game. It's part of the game. And I think that's what Adam doesn't understand too. He won comps at times when he didn't need to win comps, and right. I was like, "What are you doing, man?" But I was just throwing them because I didn't want to choose between the pretty boys and Esty and Damien ever. So just keep me in the middle. I felt safe at all times, and then when I needed to win, I stepped up.
Okay. Lori R wants to know, how did you feel when Anthony and Mark denied Anthony saying to nominate Kira? I was so mad, says Lori R. So how did you feel when Anthony and Mark denied Anthony saying to nominate Kira.
Yeah. That's when I kind of realized, like, okay, well, Mark's, didn't want to man up and take consequences for his words, right? So I knew that was going to happen between Mark, but Anthony, that was the first time I was like, whoa, like, this guy is usually 100% honest, but that was the time I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Started making me realize, and then Adam came up to me, and he was frustrated, and I was frustrated too, but I didn't want to, make a target on my back with anyone, so I just kind of pushed it to the side. But yeah, that rubbed me the wrong way too, and obviously it rubbed Adam, and Adam's my boy, and kind of put him in a bigger target, but
right.
It just goes to show you, and just like, I would never have done that, but a little bit of character right there shows.
BB Boston wants to know, would you ever play Big Brother again? So if you got asked back for All Stars, would you do it again?
100%. This is a dream come true for me. I don't think I would do it quite as good, probably. I think everyone would probably catch on to this. But no, it's like I said, I've been watching for 20 years. To even step foot in that house was a dream come true. And without any doubt, if there was ever All-Star, if they ever asked me to come back, for 100% would do it again.
Well, your follow-up to that is from BB Littlebit, who wants to know, would you try and do the same game again? Would you try and seek out an alliance, or would you try and play a different game the next go-round?
You'd have to adapt, of course, but no, I would try to do pretty much similar game strategy. Obviously, I think I would have to win the first HOH this time, so I didn't go on the block right away. But this game, it's as much as that it is a solo game, you can't get far without a team. And I was lucky with the Pretty Boys, but I also was lucky with Kiki, Esty, Damien. Mm-hmm. They always had my back, and it's part of the game, and you can't do it alone. And then so I would do the same strategy, but I had to be a little bit more sneakier, I think.
Okay, a little bit more sneaky. I think you just gotta I'm a very big fan of, you figure out like what the twist is or who the popular people are, and then you like hide behind them and production protects you.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
That's a good one too. Diane BB Feeds fan wants to know, is there any regret or dislike that all the house guests basically just let Kira have the blood veto? So were you annoyed, Diane BB Feeds fan wants to know, in the way the blood veto powering went down?
Yeah. I was really pissed. Again, it's a game where you gotta kind of control your emotions. So I was like, Adam wanted the blood veto to be awarded to Kira, and I don't know why everyone just kind of agreed. There's a few people that, put up a little bit of a fight, but yeah, I did not want to give it to Kira, and we could have argued it for a bit longer. It was kind of quick, and when Adam was yelling and saying some kind of Newfie language that I didn't understand, we all agreed and said, okay, whatever. But yeah, I was disappointed.
Yeah, that was well, it's Big Brother. It's Big Brother.
It worked out in our favor. It worked out in our favor.
It did. It worked out in. Well, I mean,
I can't believe Kira didn't get rid of Mark.
None of us can.
Yeah.
And then she would go into the store. They would go into the storage room and be like, "I wish I had a power." You had a power, Kira. We saw you have the power.
Biggest power, and then they were telling me that they knew about the Pretty Boys for a long time. I'm like, what? Nothing's making sense here, but whatever.
Let me take. Oh my God, you have so many questions. Daniela D wants to know, what was the best part about being in the Big Brother house? And love you, Dane. My mom and I were rooting for you the whole time. So, what was the best part about being in the house? From Daniela G.
Thank you, Daniela. Best part, just my dream came true. Like I said, I've been watching for 20 years. Stepping foot in that house was surreal. There's so many lights, cameras. It was awesome. Obviously, I love big competitions. So playing those comps, hands down, greatest moments of my life. Seeing my mom in there on the mom episode, I mean, made her dream come true. And then all my HOH videos with made my grandma's dream come true and Coco's dream, and yeah, I mean it's an overall the best experience of my life. And if you got a shot to go apply an audition, please do it. You won't regret it.
The follow-up to that from Amanda Risvold wants to know what was the worst thing about living in the Big Brother Canada house.
I'm a big sleep guy. I like napping, and you get limited time for naps and sleeps, but it was all right. You know, you got to get used to it. The worst part was probably the have-not, being a have-not. It was a great, I'm a fan, so I want to experience it all. But 2 weeks on slop.
Dane, we have to talk. You, like me, have watched every season of Big Brother Canada.
Yep.
And every season of BBUS.
Mm-hmm.
Did you really think you were going to be on slop for the rest of the season? When you all threw that point, and I was like, there is no way he literally thinks that they would ever put them on slop for the rest of the season.
I didn't think so at first. Heard those questions through. Thought it was a prank. But Kira, the emotional, individual that they are, when they came out crying, I was like, oh my God. This is actually going to happen. And then I was like, this is going to be the worst final weeks of Big Brother Canada history.
Would never do.
Never. So, I kind of had a feeling, but at the time, I had slop brain. I was on slop for 2 weeks already. So
Right. I'm just glad that they let you guys, hug your moms. Remember the one when they made them all freeze and you couldn't move or talk to them and everyone just crying and not moving? I was like, please don't do that.
I would have been choked. But yeah, when I saw my mom bow out, I was like, I knew that was going to happen. The type of woman she is, puts others first. But man, that broke my heart. But yeah, when I got to give her a hug, best moment of my life in that house.
I think a lot of people are asking to see Melanie S. and Chaz saying, how cool was it to hug your mom in the Big Brother house? I mean, I know you're now saying that you loved it. Have you talked to your mom about it? Since now being out of the house, did she think it was this amazingly cool experience from her end?
Yeah, like myself, she's been watching for 20 years. So when she told me already that she lived her dream through me, and then just for her to be in that house, and we got to share that quick moment together, standing in the living room looking up at the lights. It was just like, wow, It was a special moment that I will never forget. I made my mom's dream come true. It was nice.
It must be amazing to share with her. Mike A wants to know, why didn't you nominate Anthony in the final four? So what was your ultimate reason for going with Anthony? Is it just you guys made that pact on, day 2?
Yeah, that honestly, as everyone knows, you have to lie a couple times in that house, and that's what kind of made my decision up, was that if I somehow could bring Anthony to the final 2, I still look loyal, because obviously I lied to a few people, but I am an honestly loyal guy, and this was just part of showing people that I am loyal. And also I thought I could beat Anthony at pretty much any comp and not Adam, so it was just Adam's time to go, unfortunately, and it broke my heart. But me and Anthony made a final 2 deal day 2, and Adam and me started talking about final 2 after Sam left. So if it was, vice versa, before Sam was left the house and he talked about it, then maybe would have thought about it. But I was Adam's number 2 next to Sam, and I knew that Anthony and I were number 1s to each other.
Right. Well, after Sam, you were Adam's number 1.
Yeah, exactly.
But before I agree with you, he was number 2. I mean, I think, to play devil's advocate, I think what maybe I don't want to put words in Mike's mouth, but I know what I see people saying are, couldn't you have made that argument for anyone? Like, in other words, let's say that you would have been there with Anthony. Couldn't you have said, I had the deal with Anthony, since, day 2 as well, or I had to deal with Mark since day 2. So I think that's why they're asking, is there any other factors that factored into you taking Anthony over somebody else?
Just again, couldn't beat Adam. Adam is honestly a legend. He is an alien. He's tall. He's good looking. He's freaking athletic. He has patience. Like he is a legend of the game, and he was a big comp beast. And I was like, I don't know if I could beat this guy coming down the stretch. And if I did, I don't think, like I said, in the 4-3 votes either way in the finale. So
I know that we can never really know once the season is over what people would really do in the moment. But I forget, in the debriefing with Arissa, didn't they ask the jury if it was between Adam and you, who would they have voted for?
Yeah, they did, and they gave it to Adam, so I mean, maybe.
Oh, well, then you made the right choice, Dane.
Exactly.
You made the right one. I mean, look, you won, so any choice you made all season was the right choice. That is the best part of any answer you give, Dane. You can just go, and I won, so I'm right.
Yeah. Exactly. I've used that line a few times already back at home here, so
just keep using it, and I won, so I'm right. What are we arguing about?
Yeah.
I'm the winner. Did you win? Nope, I'm right. Let me take a question from Becca, who wants to know, do you regret breaking your promise to Mackie, and are you two on good terms now, or has he plagued you in the real world too?
No, Mackie's my boy. We hashed it out. I actually love that guy too. Doing that to him was hard. However, he changed a bit. Like when I put him up, he started saying that he put me up, he put Anthony up, he put like pretty much the whole Pretty Boy Alliance up. And then I honestly was still fighting for him until the last moment on Thursday. And, Mark, Anthony, and Adam wanted him gone. What was he going to do at that point? Split up the Pretty Boys week 2. Mm-hmm. So after that, I, obviously never made any more promises that I couldn't keep. I just like in life, you live and learn. And I learned off that mistake, and I did tell him that. I apologized, and me and him hashed it out. We're good. I'm going to go up to Toronto, visit him soon.
Now, Mackie will, next week, Mackie will be on the show. I have a very important question from Lindsay, and she wants to know, how is your head feeling?
Yeah.
Is it better since having boxes fall on it, Jane?
Oh man, yeah, I'm a dummy. I think I took too many hits to the head playing hockey, and I put those boxes up there and I pushed the door and I was like, wow, I'm an idiot. But it actually gave me a good little bell rung. Pretty heavy.
Dane, that is not why you were an idiot. You are an idiot because you should have fell to the floor. You are on national television. It is being recorded. It is a television network. You should have been like, my neck. I need a personal injury attorney. You would have won a lot more than $100,000. No, I'm sure, much like our big brother, you guys probably sign your lives away, and that's just
that
my
is true.
guess.
Yeah. No, but see, you can play the game easily. You can fix some stuff up.
Oh, I know I could. But again, I like my family and I like my friends. Look, if I could play Big Brother Canada, I would definitely consider it. You could not pay me $1 million to play BBUS and have crazy people try and destroy your life for funsies. Starlet wants to know, did you think was there ever a moment where you thought you couldn't pull off the Marsha the Moose mission?
No, right when I got those tasks, funny enough, I do that in Kelowna where I'm from. I put my teeth in a lot of people's drinks. Mm-hmm. And, I get a lot of people to wear my teeth. And right when I got it, I was first honored because I'm a big fan. But, yeah, second, it was fun to do those pranks. Like I said, what you see is what you get. And I do that back at home in Kelowna, and it was fun.
Now, I cannot believe this because I don't understand where time goes. We only have like 10 minutes left for
Jeez.
this show. Then we're gonna head over to the Patreon group for the after show quickly. I want to remind all of you guys, like I said, Anthony will be on tomorrow night at 7 p.m., followed by Kira on Saturday at 7 p.m. Currently, Michelle M is the number one fan, choosing between an autograph or a phone call with Dane.
Perfect.
And make sure that you guys become a fan here so that you are alerted every time we go live. We're literally having one BB Can house guest on per night to answer your questions. This show is all for you. I could grill Dane on game theory and all the things that I want. And I'm talking too much already, and you have a million questions that I'm not getting to. Let me go. Let me take this one from Maximus Mom, who wants to know, besides the PBs, who did you talk with the most in the house?
Yeah, outside the Pretty Boys, I talked to ST a lot. Like I said, we were really close friends, and me and ST and Damien actually talked a lot. We talked, they talked game to me, I talked game back with them, but more so me and SC just, we need mental breaks from the game, and, we talked about a lot of our personal lives, and I think that just is why we are such close friends. Like I said, after the show it was going to end, I knew I could count on our friendship to last forever. So, but yeah, me and SC talked a lot in that house.
You got this question from a lot of people, and I don't know why I don't know what they're talking about or how I missed this, but did you see that Winston the dog chose you to win in the jury? Who's Winston the dog?
So the jury house got a dog, a little puppy one day. I'm not sure whose puppy it is, but it's they laid down Adam's, mine, Anthony and Kira's picture.
Right.
They put a treat on each of our pictures, and then they let Winston go and choose a treat, and he picked up the treat from my picture. So thanks, Winston.
Was that like an online exclusive? Because that wasn't part of the show.
That's at the Big Brother Canada Instagram page.
Oh,
that's where I saw it, anyways.
I'm old, Dean. I don't understand Instagram or Snapchat. I don't use them. Is there? Oh, you got this question from a lot of people. Is there anybody that you can see yourself not having a relationship with post season? I feel like. Go ahead.
I mean, no. We live in a big country, so it's gonna be hard to see everyone at times. But like I said, I made a lot of genuine relationships at a house, and I love everyone. I'd probably see more people than others, but if I was in the neighborhood, I would definitely give them a call for a quick pint or something. But yeah, no, I like everyone in my season. We all shared something very unique, and yeah, we're a Big Brother family now.
Melissa wants to know, if you had gotten the assassin power, would you have nominated Corey?
Yeah, I would have done exactly what Adam did. So, Adam did tell me after that he was the assassin. I knew it already, but I was like, yeah, I would have done the same thing. So.
And I saw a lot of people asking, how excited were you to find out that you tied Dimitri for most comp wins?
Yeah, I mean, in the moment you don't think of stuff like that, but then meeting him after I left the house and talking about it, I don't really put myself up in that category, but I guess I am. But it's surreal that a fanboy made his dream come true, and he did a hell of a job doing it. So it was nice to hear that.
I actually kind of like this question from Melanie, who says, I don't have a question for Dane. I want to know if Dane has a question for us, the live feeders. Like, is there anything that you wished you had an answer to, or something that you're like, ooh, I didn't know what exactly happened? Is there any question that you wished you knew the answer to in the Big Brother house, or do you already know everything already?
Yeah, no, I just want to say, first off, thank you for your guys' support and following. Means a lot to me. You don't know when you're in that house, so coming out to this is just my heart's bursting right now, so thank you. But no, keep the questions rolling. This is all about you guys asking me
Okay, perfect. Let me go. If you had gotten rid of Kira instead of Esty, would you have ever considered taking Esty to the final two? So I guess if Kira and Esty switched spots in the game, but I think that's kind of very woulda, coulda, shoulda, butterfly effect.
That's a big F, but
right.
Again, if it was Esty and Anthony, that's tough. But I'd still probably at this moment would take Anthony. I'm a loyal guy, and I made a pact to him, and me and Esty, I knew again, Esty and Kiki. As soon as Kiki left, I was Esty's number one. But again, that's before Kiki left, so I was always Anthony's number one. He was always mine, and I probably would still take Anthony.
Okay. Who inspired your macaroni, cereal, let's call it a cheat sheet? Who inspired you to create that? Anyone, or did you come up with it on your own?
No, actually, I got the idea from Maddie of season 6. Shout out to her. Met her, she's a lovely girl, but I got that idea from her. But the only thing wrong with hers was that she was doing it out in the open, so everyone saw it, and kind of put a target on her back. And B, that it wasn't permanent. She was had to deconstruct it and then reconstruct it every day. So, my game board's one of a kind, but I definitely got the idea from Maddie.
See, that was called leading the witness. Yeah. Maddie and I did the cast assessment show at the beginning of the season, and you'll be happy to know, Dane, we both picked you as the winner.
Appreciate that.
But I also gave Maddie shit too. I'm like, you had macaroni all over the bed. If I was in that house, I would have went over to your stupid macaroni board, and I would have moved this pile over here and this pile over here. I gave her shit for the same thing. So you were very smart for putting it away and keeping it hidden. But Dave W wants to know, explain what the Jerry GERRI is on on your memory board. Did you have Jerry written on your memory board?
Jerry. No, I don't think so. There's a lot of weird things on there, but you can't write anything.
How would you write? I don't know. I'm waiting to see if they follow up and explain it more, but maybe not. I didn't see that. All right. Let me end with the question I kind of feel we always end with, which is, is there anything that you learned about yourself coming out of the Big Brother experience that you didn't know about yourself going into the Big Brother experience?
I didn't know how emotional of a guy I could be, but that's an emotional roller coaster in there, but what I experienced was a once-in-a-lifetime dream come true. Mm-hmm. And those 14 other house guests have changed me forever. We shared a lot of life stories, life lessons, and, going through this challenge together. They turned me into a better man. And, even if I didn't come out the winner of the season 7, I would have won because this game changed me forever. I left a better version of myself, so I appreciate them, and I appreciate this game so much.
Okay. I love hearing that. And I will say, Dave W has apparently can't type on a keyboard. He meant Cheerios, not Jerry. Oh. I don't know how. Look, I can't talk about spelling mistakes, so I'm just going to shut up. What did the Cheerios represent on your board there?
So the white Cheerios represented female house guests, and then the brown Cheerios were male house guests.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I want to give you, Dane, full screen. You have hundreds of people here watching you live. I'm going to give you the final word to say what you want to say to all of your fans here watching you live. The floor is yours, Dane.
All right, guys. Hey, just want to say thank you so much for your love and support throughout the season. Leaving the house and seeing it was just so heartwarming. And if you have any questions, please try to contact me on Twitter. Eric, well, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure. You can have me back whenever you want. And last thing is just that remember, it's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to stay in that mind frame. Speak up and be loud and proud of how you feel.
Don't make me cry on this show, Dane. We all love you, Dane. We love your message. We hope that you keep doing work with mental health and anything that you ever need on that end. We here will 100% support that. Of course, make sure that you follow Dane on social media. Where do you want them to follow you? We have your Twitter above you.
Perfect.
What about Instagram?
I got Twitter and I got an Instagram. Instagram is at Prince of Kelowna, of course.
And is that it? Are those the only two socials that you're using?
That's right now. I have Facebook as well. There's a Facebook fan page of myself, but it's hard to adapt to technology again. So yeah, slowly getting everything back. But right now I have those three going, and then we'll see what happens with Snapchat and all that too.
All right, I will put the links to all Dane's socials below this on the edited show for those of you that are watching it back. Make sure you check out all of our BB Can shows at yourrealityrecaps.com/bbcan. If you want to watch them live, become a fan over on YouNow. It's completely free. You can hang out in the chat like we said. Anthony tomorrow, Kira on Saturday. Ooh, you'll have to give us a question for them, Dane. And if you guys want to help support our shows, consider becoming a patron. You can watch the patron after shows, access to the patron-only Facebook group, prize giveaways. That's where Dane and I are going right now. Really, last question, Dane. Do you play Fortnite?
I don't. I'm a big video game guy, but I'm more of a sports video game, so Fortnite wasn't in my alley.
RealityRecaps.com/Twitch. We'll play Fortnite with you.
Okay.
Congratulations to Michelle M. She is the #1 fan. Thank you guys all so much for watching live. We will see you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Dane will see you on social media, and patrons will be there in 1 minute. I'm not doing lesbian. Bye. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you again.
Bye.